Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the WR Podcast. I'm Joey,
I'm Tommy.
I'm Pops.
and it's been a while, guys. It's been about 2 weeks, maybe even a
Yes.
little bit longer than 2 weeks that we haven't done the WR Podcast. A lot going on. Um, as some people don't know, the state of Kentucky has been flooded
Yep.
in numerous regions. Um, Louisville's been flooded. Frankfurt has been flooded. Um,
Lexington.
Lexington a little bit, not as bad as
Louisville.
as Louisville and
Frankfurt.
Frankfurt. Now I will say this: we where we live in Kentucky, we got hit as well,
Yeah.
but we weren't as hit as other places.
Yeah.
Granted, this is the thing though. We went through a bad storm as well, uh, along with the flooding. Like for the last 3 weeks or so, we've had some just bad weather in general, where it's been the we had storms, we had really bad high winds, and uh, it was cutting people's electricities and um, had really bad rainfall. And then for 4 straight days
Nothing but rain.
last week, it just rained
Nothing but rain.
for 4 straight days. And we literally got about a foot of rain. Not an inch of rain, a foot of rain. And we live in a place that could be a flood hazard if need be.
Yeah.
Our road was blocked off at some point because we live near a creek that rose, and that creek leads in our backyard, and our backyard was completely flooded.
Could have fished in the fucking backyard.
Yeah, could have went fishing in the backyard. Just
Fish in the fucking backyard. Let me just explain something to you. The winter time was fucking ice block. Now spring's coming on, and all we get is fucking floods. What the fuck does that tell you? That's why you never come to fucked up Kentucky.
agreed.
I'm just warning you. If one of the members of your family says, "Hey, I'm going to Kentucky," you say, "Well, be a fucking idiot."
But anyway, the water has receded somewhat. We were also worried about maybe our electricity going out at some point, so that's also why we didn't really do any kind of filming or anything.
There's no sense in making a video and all of a sudden, poof, power goes out.
Hell, our power yesterday literally flickered for no reason,
Yeah.
but later on, come to find out, a tree or something landed on one of the power lines or something. About what, Pops? 2 blocks from our house.
We live. You see, it used to be. You see, we live across the tracks. Now it used to be that we'd always get the electric going out and shit. Now across the tracks there, they got the electricity out, and I went by there and asked them, "How the fuck does it feel?" We went through it.
Yeah, because
on you.
Like some people are ready for summer and stuff, but summer for us, we get storms and floods and everything else. This is the thing that I was worried about, is because I'm not sure if you guys remember, was it 2014 or was it, sorry, not 2014, was it 2024 or 2023? I think it was last year, is when our power got knocked out for 4 straight days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We didn't have power for 4 straight days.
All the food we had to throw it away.
Yeah, all the food we had ruined.
What was in the refrigerator, we had to throw that motherfucker away.
So I'm not looking forward to it, but I mean, besides some of the weather being somewhat nice, if you don't have real high winds or storms, literally, this is what it's been in 2025 so far, and this is April. We were iced in and snowed in for about a month in the first of fucking January, and then the beginning of pretty much fucking April, we've had nothing but really bad high winds. Oh, and by the way, a bunch of tornadoes came through as well. Now, granted, we weren't in any of the tornadoes. We had a lot of the warnings of the tornadoes, but we were never near the tornadoes. I know Radcliffe, which is about 20 miles away, about 20 minutes away from us, they got hit by a tornado. And I know Louisville, which is about an hour away from us, they also got hit by a couple of tornadoes.
What we got was a little bit of the wind off of it.
Yeah, we got the wind and we got the rain and everything else that came with it. But it's been rough. It's been rough. But we're here today.
Yeah, but we're here now.
The side of the house, both sides of the house, the back of the house. On the side of the house, I could have stood on my porch and fished.
Definitely could.
Was.
But we're here today, and we're gonna go through some wrestling news.
Yep.
We're gonna play a few games. And we're gonna answer your guys' questions. So, guys, if you guys want to ask questions, the way you do it is leave your question in the comment section down below. Very simple. That's all you gotta do. Leave your questions down in the comments below. Now, Tommy, are you ready?
Yeah, I'm been ready.
All right. Let's go ahead and go with the first topic.
Well, the first topic, let's start here with a sad note.
Oh boy, we gotta start off with the sad notes.
Legendary WCCW announcer Bill Mercer passed away.
Yeah, Bill Mercer passed away. He passed away. Actually, he passed away March 22nd, which literally was around the time we actually posted our last podcast.
Yeah.
So we didn't know about his death till then.
Yeah. No, we didn't know anything about it.
Now, Bill Mercer, he died at the age of 99.
Almost 100.
Very impressive life.
Yeah.
Especially if he was coherent in his last couple of years. That's a damn good run. I ain't gonna lie to you. But if for a lot of people that don't know, he not only, I mean, most people would associate him with World Class Championship Wrestling, but if you go through it as well, he was also a real legit sports broadcaster.
Yeah, he was.
In the Texas area. So I mean, for him to come come from that background is pretty impressive. And of course, when you think of WCCW wrestling, the world class in Dallas, you either think about Bill Mercer or Mark Lawrence.
Yeah.
I do think about Bill Mercer more than I do Mark Lawrence.
Yeah.
But condolences to the Mercer family at this point.
Absolutely.
And definitely his commentary, especially during that territory days, is going to be in a lot of wrestler, for fans of wrestling's minds, especially if they grew up in that territory.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Paz, anything you want to say about Bill Mercer?
Great announcer. I enjoyed listening to him. He was so great at it, and he will be missed.
No doubt. Tom?
To me, in my opinion, Bill Mercer is an underrated announcer.
Well, absolutely.
He don't get the credit he deserves because He was a good broadcaster. He was. He was a good announcer. Yeah, who cares that he came from news and all this? Everyone, hell, Dave Brown came from the fucking news.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like some of these guys actually loved wrestling, and hey, Bill Mercer was actually a broadcaster. He fucking broadcast interview presidents and stuff like this. You know, so he's been around. So I just think he had a good voice for wrestling.
And then also, like, I know a lot of people shit on him because he didn't know some of the moves and
Yeah.
stuff. But it's like,
Oh, here's
he
a body splash.
he came from the sports world of
Yeah.
like real actual sports
And
broadcasting.
here's the thing: at least he didn't run like Mike Adamley did.
There you go.
You know, yeah, people's like, oh, he said flying body slam or flying body kick. Well, who cares? You know, I'm sorry, Bill Mercer. At least he enjoyed what he did.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't fucking, you know. I thought Bill Mercer was an underrated announcer. He had a great voice, and I enjoyed him on the mic as an announcer. Anytime
Absolutely.
Bill Mercer was the announcer, I knew it was going to be enjoyment.
Absolutely. Because we also watched some of the stuff that he did sometimes with USWA as well.
Yeah.
In
Yeah.
the in the dying days
Yeah.
of them going to Texas.
And then you got the moment where Kerry beat Flair. You got Bill Mercer right there on commentary.
I guess it's better than Mark Lawrence because when Kevin Von Erich wins a match, he goes, "The winner of the match, Kevin."
Kevin Von Erich.
No, see, Bill Mercer will do that.
Mark
Lawrence,
Von Erich.
Mark Lawrence would just go, "The winner of the match, Kevin."
McAllister.
But nonetheless, Tommy, what else is going on in the wrestling media world?
Paige Saraya has departed from AEW.
Paige or Saraya, whatever you want to call her,
Yes.
has departed from AEW.
Would you like to read what she said?
You want me to read it, or you want?
You go ahead. We'll go ahead and get Saraya out of here.
She said, "It's mutual, but I loved my time at AEW, and I had such a blast with the girls there, and it holds a special place in my heart. Tony was a great. Tony was a great." And that's how she. That's how she.
wrote it, pal.
This is how she fucking wrote it. I'm not. I'm not spitting the way. It says Tony was a great, and then comma AEW was great. I feel so lucky to be a part of this family for a couple of years, and here's to 2025. What the fuck am I gonna get myself into now? Now, she also said and this is on Busted Open.
Yeah.
I wanted to get my feet wet outside of wrestling for a bit. Tony was so amazing with it. It was mutual. He's so supportive of it and has been supportive since I asked for time off in November. She also said there was probably one more thing with Mercedes I could have done, but I was and she was completely up for it, but she had already had the other storylines. I don't give a shit that she needed to fucking wrestle a Mercedes. I'm just gonna be fucking completely honest here.
Yeah.
Is that it? Oh, there's one more. I'm really happy I got the stories that I got because I got to hang out with wonderful women and I got to help Tony Storm in a way in the beginning. I got to hang out with Ruby Soho. I got to be with Harley Cameron. She's a big superstar. Nah, I don't think so. Even if not everyone was happy with the way storylines were or how I was portrayed, I had a great time. And this isn't the end of my wrestling career. Well, I'm gonna be honest with you.
Can I tell you something?
I don't think anything in AEW she did was any fucking good, to be honest with you, personally.
You know what? I was thinking the same thing. Is there anything memorable about Saraya Page's AEW career? Is there anything memorable? Does anything stick out in your mind besides her debut?
The debut,
Oh, there you go. Okay.
the debut that the Smarks came out for.
Yeah, the
Oh,
Seagulls. Another WWE guy or girl.
Yeah, and what
All
did
right,
she?
I'll be friendly.
And what did she do? Like the rest of the women there, she jobbed to Renee, or whatever her fucking name is now.
Well, here's the thing.
Job to her. So
What? Like, what the fuck did
keep
she
on bringing the
do?
women in. Yeah, well, yeah, fuck, we're gonna job to her. Fuck it.
Like, really? Is there anything? I'm serious. Is there anything memorable about Saraya's run in AEW besides her debut?
Not that I can really think of.
Can you think of one Saraya match in AEW that was any good?
I mean, I guess maybe if you want to throw Tony Storm in there, but that was the beginning of her run in AEW.
And to be honest, I'm gonna be honest. That's
And
the
that
only feud I remember. To be honest with you,
and that was
kind of a little bit lackluster, if you ask me.
and that was pretty much lackluster too.
But yeah, like, is there anything else? Like, I ain't gonna lie, I like Paige's talent. She's a good worker.
She's a douchebag fuck.
But
sorry.
well, one, she is a dumbass.
Yeah.
You know, look who she was with. You know, the one that got borderline bye in Puerto Rico. You know, Alberto El No Job.
Elmo job.
Get a job.
So do you think this is a WWE return possibly?
Do I think she'll come back? Eventually. Everyone comes back.
Come back.
I'm just being honest. Hell, if fucking Jesse the Body Ventura could come back.
Well, actually, we got some news of another superstar coming back, which we'll get later on in the news here. But I definitely see her going back.
Yeah, I see her going back.
Personally,
have you noticed everyone when they either want to be gone? Tony was a great guy.
Tony was great.
He was a really nice person. He almost doing SmackDown just bring it. You know, Tony Khan was great the other day. Tony Khan is a really nice person.
Yeah, Tony Khan's a really nice person.
Have you noticed they always say that about him?
Mm-hmm.
Well, CM Punk didn't say it about him. He said he was a douchebag and a dumbass and a clown and a joke, which I agree with Phil.
Well, he also said Tony was doing a lot of the stuff in the best interest.
Yeah, but he was listening to people that he shouldn't have been listening to.
But there's also that too.
You know, you're listening to guys that fill empty gymnasiums. You know, like the Young Bucks. You know, who only seats about 15 people.
Pops, do you see in Paige or Saraya coming back to going back to WWE?
Well, she probably will. It wouldn't fucking surprise me because everybody leaves WWE. They always come back to them because they got used up at Tony Khan. But anyway, fuck it. I need to get trained. There was no training there.
I mean, I'm just gonna be honest. I don't like. I even thought her run when she came back to WWE after the fucking neck injury
was not that great.
Wasn't even that fucking good.
Like her first one was great.
Her first run was pretty damn decent.
I'll be honest. But her second run, not so much.
The second run
and her AEW run is not memorable. Blink and you miss.
And goddamn that fucking.
But me, I don't think I'd hire her back.
I mean, they have a lot of women on the roster now that they're not really.
Yeah. I mean that damn roster.
And then you got the NXT women coming up too.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, hell, Tony Khan ended up letting her brother go too.
Well, yeah.
Not too long ago.
Well, of course.
And I was like, well.
What was he doing?
Well, your brother sucks.
Well, here's that. What was he doing? What was her brother doing anyway?
Nothing.
Just sitting there collecting a paycheck, almost like Rita Marie over here, Rita Chatterton.
Well, you can't knock them. That's what a lot of them do there. Collect a paycheck. If they're a fucking idiot who want to pay people for not doing anything, that's that fucker's fault.
No, hell, if you want to pay people without doing a goddamn thing, but have at it.
Have at it.
You know, it ain't my money.
Still ain't paid us for our name yet, motherfucker.
So I'm just going to sit here and say for over the last 6-7 years, I haven't really been that impressed with fucking Saraya, Paige, whatever you want to call her.
Yeah.
I haven't been that impressed. I'm just gonna be
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah.
honest.
I agree. Hell, I was just not. I was just wondering when she left WWE. Like her second run was trash,
Yeah.
and hell, when she came to AEW, it was more trash.
Remember the meme?
Oh yeah.
Paige here, and she had the fucking black fucking paint over her
yeah.
eyes.
Horrible.
And it fucking horrible.
We got Jeff Jarrett, JEFF.
JARRET.
Jeff Jarrett with Blubber.
Ha ha!
Blubber.
Blubber.
How you doing, Beachwell?
Now, Tommy, why don't you say who the Blubber is?
Who do you think the Blubber is?
Blubber Flair?
Yeah, Blubber Flair. You know, Flabby Flair.
Flappy.
Flabby Flair.
Con Man Thompson himself.
Fat Blubber.
And this is on his podcast?
This is on Jeff's podcast, where I can listen to Jeff all day long. I can listen to Eric Bischoff all day long. I can listen to Jim Ross all day long. But when you got the Con Man, and I'm not talking about Rob Conway either.
I'd rather
have just look at me. And I sight to see.
The whole damn world wants to look like him.
Yeah, well, they don't want to look like Blubber.
So they don't.
Just look at the Blubber. Unlike you, Blubber's been around the world.
Yeah, eating every buffet you fucking possibly can.
Unlike you, Blubber had no way with many girls. This is what Double J had to say.
This is on the My World podcast.
This is when Hogan and Flair came in TNA.
Yes.
I thought Hogan's debut in TNA couldn't have gone any worse. Rick's kind of casually showing up, just nothing not memorable. Not a moment where you go, holy crap, Ric Flair is in TNA, and I agree with that.
Actually, that's the way I felt about a lot of people going to TNA.
I agree with you. I felt the same way when the Pudgy Boys showed up, the Nasty Boys. I felt the same way when Sean Waltman and Scott Hall came in. Same way when Blubber the Love Sponge showed up.
Mick Foley.
Fucking Ric Flair, Hulk Hogan.
Name a memorable, like the only one I can actually name of that actually had any kind of fucking thing to it, Kurt Angle.
Yeah, like probably the ones, if you want to go later years in this version when Hogan and Flair showed up, I guess you could say Rob Van Dam, Mr. Anderson. I know people say, what about Jeff Hardy? You've seen Jeff all the time until you weren't really.
Yeah, he was.
If you had to say the only
he was there in the early days of TNA.
Yeah, so to be honest, if you have to say the only two, I guess you got to go with Mr. Anderson and Rob Van Dam.
And this is especially around the 2010 to 2013 era of TNA.
Can you name anyone else besides them two?
I think the only one that actually really made any kind of real impact, no pun intended, was probably Christian and Kurt Angle.
Yeah.
Anybody else that's really ever showed up there is just like, oh, this guy just needs a job.
Now, in this later,
and that's just the way I felt about it.
Yeah, but if I have to choose in this era when Hogan and Flair came in, the ones that I thought signed, I thought was okay. I can understand why they signed these. Rob Van Dam and Mr. Anderson. That's about it.
I mean, I guess you could throw Jeff in there to some degree.
But you've seen Jeff 50 million times.
But then again, well, I mean, okay, he came back, he left WWE in what, 09?
Yeah, and came back.
He came back in like 010. I guess that was a good thing, but then again, he was fucked up on drugs all the fucking time. So
your money's going down the toilet.
So you're seeing them take on Sting and can't even have a real fucking coherent match with Sting.
Yeah.
He's fucked up on drugs.
Motherfucker couldn't do anything. He didn't know what he was doing. He's all fucking everything up.
So it's like, I don't know. Just every time I saw somebody come to TNA, it was like, this guy's just looking for a job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
that could be just what I thought,
like it's almost like Tony Khan's company.
The only ones that
I'm looking for a job where I don't have to do anything.
Come on.
Now, of course, there's always people there, like Samoa Joe, but I'm talking about people that were there that came from the WWE or came from that they were some kind of legends or older
And
wrestlers.
here's
or
the
something.
thing: do you remember when Ric Flair showed up at TNA? This has all happened. He showed up out of a limousine and walks. Big deal. Who cares about the cripple walking? I'm sorry, to be honest. I'm sorry. Ric Flair and TNA sucked.
Well,
What did he? All he did. Did you see the run Ric Flair had? And TNA was trash. Okay, it was fucking utterly fucking trash.
Explain it, Jay.
I'll tell you why it's fucking trash. First time he shows up. Remember, you didn't know why Flair showed up. It was Genesis 2010. And fucking, it was Kurt Angle and AJ Styles. Put on a great match. Of course, Flair has to ruin it. No, go figure.
Go figure.
And AJ fucking turned on Kurt, and fucking he's managing fucking AJ Styles, making him Little Flair. This ain't David here, okay? This is AJ fucking Styles. This ain't David Flair.
I thought that was
the worst. And then he
shit.
had that fucking shitty Fortune group. I'm sorry, it was trash too.
What was it? This?
Yes,
Or
and drinking
like that?
Smirnoffs or whatever the fuck it was.
Smirnoff.
Or whatever the fuck it was, y'all. Rick has no problem drinking. We know that. Ain't that right, Kamikaze King?
Kamikaze King.
And fucking, and then after that, he had that fucking thing with Jay Lethal.
You know,
All right, that was probably the only thing that was memorable in the whole fucking thing. Ric Flair bleeding like a sip. Well, we haven't seen that 50 million times. Ric Flair and his goddamn skivvies in fucking age 70.
well, let's say how you really feel, Jeff.
I'm being honest. Then you got fucking pacemaker Hogan over here.
TNA is gonna be the greatest wrestling company there is.
Yeah, you sure did there, Terry.
You raped, pillaged, and plundered that company for your own benefit.
Yeah, he did.
That's why you
wearing a shitty Impact Wrestling shirt.
And then you brought Eric Bischoff in there to finish it off too.
Yeah, he put a stake in TNA's heart.
Yeah. Well, to me, the fucking steak was dope in that motherfucker. And then Hogan showed up.
Mm-hmm.
So this company's going to be on the rise. Well, it was on the rise too. You showed up, pal. Once Hogan showed up, I was like, oh, good old boys, huh? I was thinking about good old boys, West Texas rednecks. When I first seen
that motherfucker in there, I'm like, well, it's dead. Get a shovel and bury that motherfucker.
Remember, they were pushing Desmond Wolfe. He was doing on a roll. Then once Hogan came in and he buried the guy, remember they were going to push him. He was supposed to be. He was the number one contender for that world title. That fucking no way, brother.
Fucking Hogan had buried a lot of guys. So what makes him any different?
No disrespect to old Joseph Park over here, But come on, remember they were making him Hogan? Give me a fucking break. Fuck your Hall of Fame ring, Hogan. That's what I was
WWF, WWE. Hulk Hogan's the fucking king of the berries.
I'm gonna be honest with you, like that run of
that was the worst TNA I've ever watched.
Like TNA from 2010 to like 2013, it was unwatchable. I mean, it really was. It was unwatchable.
And they still had good talent, like Bobby Roode, AJ Styles, James Storm, Kurt Angle, Mojo.
No, they had some really good stacked on the roster, but it was just unwatchable.
Like, no wonder Spike got rid of them. Like, oh,
we gotta dump this shit.
We got dumped.
Well, fuck you. You know when you had a goddamn good match going on, the fucking motherfucker Hogan and them ruin it for it.
Yeah,
and they're always come in and interfering and shit.
Like, it was trash.
I mean, because the motherfucker just they had to show their fucking face on camera. Damn fucking son of a bitches. I don't like any one of them motherfuckers.
Do y'all remember that spot with John Moxley with the bed of nails 2x4?
Yeah, the bed of nails 2x4 and got hit in the back with it.
Yeah.
And the shit sticking out of his back while they're trying to pull it out of him.
Remember Tommy Dreamer said it was nasty to see and it should have been on TV?
And Tommy Dreamer done some questionable things.
Yeah, and he's even telling you that.
And
it's pretty sad when Tommy Dreamer's telling you this.
Yeah.
The innovator of no violence now. No disrespect to Tommy. I'm just saying, it's pretty sad what Tommy Dreamer is even telling you. That shouldn't be on television.
Mhm.
I'm a hardcore motherfucker too, but But now we got Rob Van Dam's input on it.
And this is from
Rob Van Dam,
the One of a Kind podcast with Rob Van Dam.
That's not wrestling to me, obviously. It's sacrificing a lot for the business. I mean, that could be said about it. But the more AEW has been doing stuff like that, the more personally I feel like I would rather be associated with WWE than AEW.
There you go.
Even Rob is saying this.
And Rob's actually had a few matches on AEW.
Yeah, and he's even saying this.
Like,
he goes, why the fuck would you do? Yeah, big deal. Oh, big deal. You fucking done the 2x4 bed of nails. Well, did it draw a dime?
Well, see, you also realize this too. This is from this motherfucker that looks up to Nick Gage for crying out loud.
Yeah, come on. This is a guy looking up for DiGiorno Pizza Man over here. Not delivery. It's called Great Value Pizza.
Well, Moxley won't wrestle unless he's cutting his fucking scrotum.
I'm sorry. This shows you that John Moxley as a wrestler is trash. He can't work.
Hell, he's
gotta go stoop so low to do shit like this.
He's like Bill the Butcher. Every fucking match you have is a bloody motherfucking match.
And the reason why
his fucking scrotum and shit.
Can't work.
Abby was a shitty worker too.
Abby was a shitty ass worker too.
Do stuff like this. I don't know if you agree or you agree, Pops. If you gotta do stuff to be in the ring to do stuff like this, then you're not a good talent.
Now some people be like, well, Terry Funk did that stuff. Mick Foley did that stuff.
Yeah, but they're good workers.
But you gotta realize this too. Mick did this stuff to get noticed.
Yeah.
And once he got noticed, he dropped that shit.
Yeah, he slacked off. Terry Funk didn't do it all the damn time.
And Terry Funk, I wouldn't say he did it that often.
Yeah.
Compared to some of these other.
Look at John Moxley, okay? Look at fucking Kakashka over here.
Renee, where my sandwich?
Renee, I thought you said you gonna make me a sandwich. Get your fat ass up and do it yourself, Oscar. Moxley Kakashka.
I've checked AEW out, and every match that I've seen Moxley in, he's always one bloody fucker.
We got Swerve Strickland. Swerve when I don't drive. No disrespect to Swerve, I think he sucks now. In my opinion.
Nah, I never really cared for him.
But
personally.
But this is what Swerve said. And this was on Vlad TV. I know that. It's on YouTube. He's talking about the PWI 500. Remember, Cody was number 1?
Yeah.
I'm still friends with him, Cody Rhodes. When PWI 500 list came out, I texted him and I was like, I missed you by 1, you son of a bitch. He texted me back. He's like, honestly, dude, you should have been number 1. I disagree with that. I'm sorry, Swerve. You should have been number 500. Because right now, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Once I saw, first I was with Swerve. But once, you want me to tell you what turned me away from Swerve when I'm not dry? When he done that horrible fucking spot with Adam Page.
The gimmick in the mouth?
Yep.
Okay.
I thought that was the grossest thing I've ever fucking seen.
I wouldn't say it's the grossest thing, but it's up there.
Like, when he done that, I was like, oh, you're a dumb fuck like the rest of the dumb fucks here, huh? Yep. See you later. Only one I like is old Nine now.
I mean, I've always liked Prince Nine.
Oh, yeah, I've always liked Prince Nine. He's cool. Swerve, you were growing on me, but once you done that spot with old Adam Page here, I was like, you know what? Fuck Swerve.
I mean,
I could drive somewhere else.
I mean, I will say this. I mean, he's massively popular, I guess, with the AEW audience. But me personally,
I'll be honest.
I don't care.
I enjoyed his gimmick at first, all that. But then, like, I consider him now just a basic. Basic.
Very basic.
When you're basic, you don't deserve the money you're being paid. Come on, he's making almost $3-4 million.
He's up there in the
He's up there with the fucking big wigs.
Mm-hmm.
When he's not a big wig, he's a basic. You should be getting paid Ricochet money, pal. 100,000. I'm sorry, his work is basic. You shouldn't be basic. You should be making main event money. You should be making basic money.
Well, a lot of the people in AEW are getting outrageous money
Yeah, and don't deserve it.
from this fucking clown that runs it.
What do you think of that? Do you think Cody
I'm gonna
said
tell you,
that? Cody probably said it to make Swerve feel better.
Probably.
He's like, let me say it to old buddy Swerve here.
Go ahead, Pop.
You should be number one, my brother.
I can't blame the wrestlers because the motherfucker, if you're gonna pay me for doing nothing, but pay me for doing the little shit that I do, but why? Fuck you! I'm taking the money. Tony Khan, you're a fucking idiot.
Is that what y'all think? Do you think Cody was just trying to be nice? Yeah, you should be number one, my brother. Yeah. You think I really mean that? No.
Yeah.
Text, you can lie all you want to. That's true.
Yeah.
You want to read this one?
Yeah,
I'll let you read this.
I'll read this. And this is didn't he get released not too long ago? Yeah.
Yeah.
This is Cedric Alexander, and this is on the Chris Van Vliet podcast that he does.
I'll be honest. A lot of people should. I actually have respect for Chris Van Vliet. Here's why.
Mm-hmm.
At least he does his homework.
Mm-hmm.
Unlike a guy that's been tried to mooch for 30, 40 years.
Dave Meltzer?
Yeah. Crotch rat.
He tried to defend all the matches and the storylines from the latest period. It's like, shut the fuck up.
Are you surprised?
No, I'm not surprised.
He's a defender. Yeah. He's getting paid under the table, like blackjack.
Blackjack.
Brawl.
I'd rather see that than AEW. Anyway, Chris Van Vliet's show, he had Cedric Alexander on, and Cedric said this: "You would think from that moment I'd be a Triple H guy. There was a point where we were in 205 Live, and that he kind of had some say in there a bit, and it kind of took care of me. But I was never really fully a Triple H guy. If you remember at the Cruiserweight Classic, I remember this, the match that he had,
Kota Ibushi.
They were chanting, the crowd was chanting at this Cruiserweight Classic to sign Cedric.
Yeah.
And Triple H came out and pretty much said he'd sign him to the WWE. And this is what Cedric is saying. A Paul Heyman guy. When he was writing Raw, they drafted me out of 205 Live into Raw. I was more of a Heyman guy more than anything else. Heyman gave me a bunch of sidebar conversations. This, that, and another way more than Triple H did. And listen, that's just his prerogative.
Yeah. I like Cedric as a worker. He's a good worker.
Yeah, and what he did with what he did with Bobby and MVP and Shelton.
I enjoyed that. I enjoyed the Hurt Business in WWE. Hurt Syndicate, not so much.
We hurt people.
Great value.
But
that's like going to fucking. That's like you're going to fucking a high-end fucking grocery store, and you're getting generic.
I mean, you gotta realize this too. Paul is there to do that kind of thing, and I'm talking about Heyman, not Triple H.
Yeah.
Triple H is there to run a lot of other business ventures. So I can see maybe why he got more chummy with Heyman than he did Triple H.
Yeah.
And just for be soul, for him,
Well, here's the thing. Paul Heyman always tries to get the best out of people. Come on, look what he done in ECW.
That is true. Pops, how do you feel about that?
I agree.
You agree?
I agree. Although I don't like Paul Heyman, I think it's a bunch of. I think it's a fucking. But I think it's garbage.
Okay, do you believe that he could pull the best qualities out of human beings, though?
Yeah, yeah. In ECW, he did, and the guys he pulled, they broke their fucking bodies for the sorry piece of motherfucker, and right now he's in WWE making fucking money that they should be spending on the fucking ones that broke their fucking bodies for his fucking sorry fucking ass.
I agree.
Fuck you, Paul Heyman. Fuck you in the ass.
I still like Paul.
I agree. I agree.
Also now, the Hall of Fame is coming up, right?
Now, did we go through the entire hall? I believe we did.
I believe we did.
But
I do believe we did.
But if we're real quick, WWE Hall of Fame 2025. I believe this. Yep, this is the entire list here. We did go through the entire list.
Yeah.
We got Triple H as the head of the person going in. We got Michelle McCool, a little lackluster if you ask me. We got Lex Luger, Earthquake, and Typhoon as the natural disasters. Now, I will say this. I'm glad they kind of made it a little smaller class.
Me too.
Because there's some times where they had like 8 fucking people going in the Hall of Fame, 7 or 8, and I was like, Jesus, that's a lot of people.
You can do like 4 or 5.
Like 4 or 5, you can have more,
people
effort
you can induct.
And
one, you can have more people to induct.
Yeah, you get more people inducting years go by. Like for crying out loud, the 2005 year, they had Hogan and fucking Piper going in the same fucking year.
You should have split that shit up.
You could have split that shit up, pal. Definitely, I'm glad they kind of concised it down. But there's also this pop, which is a little weird if you ask me. There's something else going in the Hall of Fame. I'm thinking that they're going to be starting. It's called WWE Immortal Moment.
The fuck is that?
Now, also, I forgot to mention that they also did the Legacy. I forgot about that. Hold on here. Legacy Hall. Yeah, okay. Here they are. I forgot that they also put the Legacy inductees in as well. And the Legacy inductees for this year of 2025 is now, Pops, you can try to go along here with us on this. We have Ivan Koloff. How do you feel? How do you feel about the Russian Bear going into the WWE Hall of Fame?
Okay.
Well, he was the guy. I think he should have been a long time ago. He was the guy that beat Bruno Sammartino for the title.
He did.
No, I don't have nothing against him going in. I don't.
I like Ivan Koloff personally.
I do too.
So next we have Dory Funk Sr., which is Dory Funk Jr.'s dad, as well as Terry Funk.
Yep. He was a promoter.
And promoter in the Amarillo, Texas area. I
had no problem with that.
No problem.
Legendary performer and wrestler, Dory Funk Sr. And then the last one going in, which I'm actually glad that they didn't put a bunch of Legacy inductees either. But we got Kamala.
I agree. Kamala should be in there.
The Ugandan Giant.
I had no problem with Kamala going in. I had no problem.
So far, out of this Hall of Fame, the only one that we don't really care for personally is
Michelle McCool.
Yeah. She kind of brought down the entire thing. But
that's the pee break.
Well,
Undertaker
has a lot to do with that.
You're lining up for me. I'll do goddamn Leslie Nielsen where you turn the mic on and you see him taking a leak and the mic's still on.
Yeah.
his influence still, rings in WWE still yet,
But Pops, what they got now that they're doing for this 2025 Hall of Fame, which we got to sit here and talk about this real quick.
Yeah.
It's called WWE Immortal Moment. And what they're going to be doing now, apparently, at which we're going to talk about why we think they're doing this, is, Pops, they're going to be inducting matches into the WWE Hall of Fame now. And the match that they're going to be inducting this year in the 2025 Hall of Fame is from Wrestlemania 13, Stone Cold Steve Austin versus Bret the Hitman Hart. Great match.
Great match.
Yeah.
Legendary match.
Yeah.
Best match out of 13, to be honest with you.
And the WrestleMania 13 wasn't that fucking stellar. I'm sorry. Yeah. From what we've heard is the selection of the Hall of Fame inductees and the ticket prices
Yeah.
are fucking insane.
We're going to get into that.
What they want to charge for the Hall of Fame is ridiculous. That people are like, well, I don't want to purchase these tickets just to see Triple H, Lex Luger, Typhoon only because Earthquake has passed away, and Michelle McCool. So
I wouldn't make no fucking money seeing her anyway.
So I'm thinking because of course Kamala's dead, Dory Funk Jr. Dory Funk Sr. is dead.
Ivan Koloff.
And Ivan Koloff are dead, so everybody that's in the Legacy Award will pass away too.
Yeah.
So you come to the fucking real thing about it is
we need some help.
The biggest stars they have is Triple H.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna be honest.
Yeah, Lex Luger's good and all.
Yeah,
and they're like, and Triple H goes, God damn, we need some help here.
We need some kids.
So I guess they're like, you know what? We'll add matches now.
We're gonna have matches so we can get Austin and Bret to come.
Yeah, so they can. So we have some more star power.
Now, I mean, listen, I'm not gonna sit here in front if that's something that they want to do.
I ain't gonna knock it,
but it's just like
it's kind of ridiculous.
It's kind of ridiculous, and I'm not really going to be complaining too much about that match going in.
Yeah, because it was a great match.
Legendary match, legendary moment. Not only for Bret, but for Austin as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
But Tommy, what are some of these ticket prices?
Oh, you want to hear some of the prices here? The prices are outrageous. Now this is for
meet and greets?
Meet and greets.
Yes, meet and greet, Pops.
Yeah, now this is for meet and greets.
Okay, we're going to tell you who you can meet, Pops. You tell us the price. Let's play. Let's have a little game, shall we?
I guess we could go for the cheaper on now.
Yeah. We'll go for the cheapest.
All right, the cheapest is $300.
I thought you should have said the price.
Who gives a damn? Oh well, who gives a damn? Who cares? Fuck, too much money.
All right.
I ain't spending it.
All right, Pops. For $300, who do you think you get to meet?
Michelle McCool.
You're a little close. Now, I will say this. This isn't just Hall of Famers, but this is actually just wrestlers in general. Okay?
Oh, well, I wouldn't be paid that anyway.
Now, we do know that...
If I fucking had $300, I'd be sleeping with a motherfucker right now. With a fucking gun at my side.
You got two in the hood. But anyway... We do know that somebody would pay $300 to meet this person.
I'm sure they did.
Oh, yeah.
It'd be some rich cocksucker.
This would be Levante Smith's $300.
Yeah, I bet you he'll pay $300. Hey, Levante, would you pay $300 for a meet and greet with Bianca Belair? I know you'll say no because you meet her at the shoe stop. The shoe stop. I can't answer on Dawkins. I want to know, was that cheaper than this? I just want to know.
Levante, when you met Bianca and the shitty profits,
was it cheaper than $299?
Yeah. Was it cheaper than $300? Pops, would you pay $300 to meet Bianca Belair?
Now wait a minute, man. We're talking about her, okay?
Yeah.
I think I would if I could smack that ass about
All
three or
right.
four times.
Next one, Pop.
Now, if I could smack that ass about 3 or 4 times and let her shove it in my face, yeah, I'll pay $300.
Now, I ain't going to tell you the price here.
Yeah, we're not gonna tell you the prices. We want you to guess the price.
Rey Mysterio and Charlotte Flair meet and greet. How much do you think that is?
So you get to meet Rey Mysterio and Charlotte Flair.
How much do you think that is?
How much do you think that is? So you get to meet 2 people instead of 1.
600?
Close.
Close. A little bit low.
400?
A little higher.
Huh?
A little higher.
500?
There you go.
$500.
$500. $500 to meet Charlotte Flair and Rey Mysterio.
I'm sorry, no.
Next,
Exactly.
Brian Breaker and Liv Morgan meet and greet. How much do you think it is to meet both of them?
300.
How much?
300.
Nope. A little higher.
400?
A little lot higher.
5?
Bingo.
$500.
Fuck that. I'd save my fucking money. I'm sorry.
Now,
Fuck that.
Tiffany Stratton and Damian Priest meet and greet. How much do you think it is?
200.
Higher. I wish.
500?
Bingo.
500.
Now, how much is to meet Jimmy Uso and Jay Uso?
The USO.
500.
Higher.
600?
Bingo.
Fuck that too.
That's how much these meet and greet prices are. That's fucking ridiculous.
Fuck them.
Yeah.
I would not pay this shit. I'm a cheap ass.
And
anyway.
now, and let's just be honest here. When you meet them, you will probably only meet them for a few minutes.
You'll get a picture. Hi, nice to meet you. Yeah. Let me
Autograph,
shit.
picture.
Boom. Down the road you go.
Well, here's what you do. Here's what you're gonna get. Nice to meet you. I'll take a picture with you. Give me your fucking money.
Now these are the tickets for WrestleMania.
WrestleMania.
All right. Now these are the ticket options. All right. If you want the 2-day pass,
Which, if you guys don't know, WrestleMania is 2 nights.
yeah. So
Good Lord.
yeah, if you want the 2-day pass, the lowest price. You want to tell you what the lowest price is?
For one ticket.
For one ticket, the lowest price. You want to tell you what it is?
Go ahead.
$811. You want to tell you the highest price?
Now, this is for a 2-day pass, too,
Yeah.
by the way.
You want to tell you what the highest price is?
How much is the highest price for one ticket, Tommy?
$78,232.
God damn, that's a fucking. You can buy.
You can buy a house.
You can buy a house.
I'd rather get the roof fixed.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. We get the fucking roof fixed on the house. Fuck that right there. We'll tear this motherfucker down and build a brand new house.
Now, for night one, let's say you just want to be a part of night one, right?
Yeah.
Lowest price, $335.
See, that doesn't seem too bad, but then again, if you're going to WrestleMania, I want the full experience.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Now, do you want to tell you the highest price? $25,645.
Now, of course, the
that.
highest prices are for the best seats.
Mm-hmm.
But would you really pull out your wallet or your credit card and charge $25,000?
Some of these motherfuckers would. Some of these motherfuckers would do it.
If you want to be a part of night two, the lowest price, $318. You want to tell you what the highest price is? $28,870.
Fuck them
Yeah,
fucking
fuck 'em.
motherfuckers.
See, that's fucking ridiculous, dude. Now, I understand.
That's fucking outrageous.
Well, well, I'll say this: the only motherfuckers that's going to that is the rich cocksuckers.
You gotta realize now.
But you know these multi-millionaire motherfuckers.
Now,
they're trying to take everything away from people. You know what I'm saying?
WrestleMania is in Vegas this year, right?
Yeah, Las Vegas. Yeah.
That's a lot of money for Las Vegas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Las Vegas is a tourist attraction.
It's a tourist attraction. A lot of people spend a lot of money in Vegas. Now, you got to realize we're a bunch of hillbillies that live in Kentucky. Okay,
Kentucky people ain't gonna have that much money.
Kentucky people ain't gonna have that kind of money. All right.
Hell, we can't afford shoelaces, bro.
Go use that tape. Anyway,
Use the Scotch tape.
well, listen.
Yeah, but that's fucking right. Hell, Kentucky people ain't got that kind of money. Hell, we're having trouble surviving anyway with Orange Man in there.
When it comes down to it, you gotta realize when me and Tommy and Pops were going to wrestling shows, the highest tickets I think we've ever paid was like $20
Mm-hmm.
a person.
Yeah, which is pretty cheap.
Now I will say this: this is for more local wrestling. We did pay a little bit more for WWE when they came here, but it wasn't that.
No, it was like 60 something bucks,
Yeah, it was like 60 something dollars per ticket.
which wasn't bad.
When we went
I
to
think it was like 65.
we went to WWE Live back in 2016.
I think it was like 65 bucks.
Well,
Yeah,
here's
so that
what
was
it is.
9 years ago, and the
Here's
tickets
what it
were like
is,
65 bucks.
The motherfuckers are millionaires anyway, and they're wanting poor people's money to make them more fucking millionaires. Fuck you.
And I think
And
I
fuck all
went,
you fucking millionaires. Fuck you.
I believe I went to a Raw back in 2010 that was in Louisville. And I think our tickets were like 125 or 150, something like that. And we were like 7 rows from the fucking ring, 6 rows from the ring. I highly suggest don't get floor seats unless you're gonna be in the first couple of rows
Yeah,
because you ain't gonna see shit.
get the upper seats.
So yeah, if you're gonna do it, start getting the ones in the bleachers that go up if you want to actually see stuff. Unless you're gonna be lucky enough to get the first like 3 rows.
Yeah, then it's all right. But,
Then it's not too bad.
but
Well, those motherfuckers are already fucking reserved, so you might as well forget about that.
So like, yeah, I don't. What the fuck is the deal with the prices, dude? That's ridiculous.
Well, it's like I said, these motherfuckers, they're already millionaires anyway. So these motherfuckers trying to make more money, taking away from poor people. Fuck you. I'll never show up to that motherfucker because I don't have the money to. And fuck you for that much that you have to pay that fucking shit ass price. You ain't worth it. Fuck you.
I'd rather just sit at home and get a pizza and fucking watch it on the Peacock.
Like that, dude, that's fucking ridiculous, dude. That's outrageous. Anyway,
I can kiss my ass.
well, I do believe we commented on this last
Yeah.
week. Last couple weeks. Was Gail Kim being fired from TNA?
Yeah.
And some people were like, "Well, what was Gail Kim doing in TNA?" Apparently, she was a talent scout for TNA. I don't know if she ever found anybody personally, but that's what she did. What she said was, she said, "Thank you, and one last thought: more women in leadership roles, not less." She put, "Just wanted to say thank you to the fans, friends, and especially my peers for all the support you've given me over the last few days. I've received such an enormous amount of love, and it's really helped the process and this change for me more than anything. I'm grateful for all the years and opportunities I were given to help build something I've always dreamed of. And the Knockouts division is and will always be my heart and all the women who were a part of it. Thanks for the incredible, hardworking, and passionate TNA talent and crew that I've had of my pleasure working with. This is not the end of my passion or my love for wrestling. This is not the end of Gail Kim in the wrestling world. You don't put in 17 years in one company and stop when you are this passionate. I look forward to sharing my journey and take and I am taking some time for myself and prepare for what's next. Looking forward to the future. And like, listen, I was never a big Gail Kim fan
Me neither.
personally. I always thought she was kind of mid.
Yep.
She wasn't bad.
She was just mid.
She was just mid to me. Um, but do you think she might be going to WWE?
Yep. Probably an agent. Probably work for
exactly,
NXT.
exactly. That's what I was thinking. I don't think she would come back as a professional wrestler. I think she might be
An agent.
more of an agent role. Pops, how do you? What do you think about that?
Well, first of all, she got fucking shit canned.
She did.
And I don't think if I got shit canned that I'd be thanking motherfuckers for it. But anyway, yeah, that's probably where she'll go. You know.
Mm-hmm. Well, not only that, but we also have some news, Tommy, as well as this is coming from the WWE president, and we're not talking about Jack Tunney.
No,
we're talking about the WWE president of Nick Khan. He has revealed that WWE is planning its first ever major PLE, their premium live event, in India in 2026 or early 2027.
Can I be honest? Can I tell you right now what I think of that? I don't give a shit.
Don't care.
I don't watch the because I ain't getting up early in the fucking morning to watch your fucking show. I don't give a fuck how you are.
Give us a bally, Tommy.
Bally. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I am not getting up at 5 in the fucking morning to watch
wrestling.
To watch sand. Sorry. And lawn chairs. I'm sorry.
I mean, I don't think it's gonna be as bad as the Saudi show, but
well, you might say it might be up there.
I will say this though.
It's just I'm sorry, I ain't getting up that early to watch the fucking thing. I'm sorry, I'm not. I'd rather sleep. If
a country has a price,
they'll take it.
WWE will take it.
Oh yeah.
We've known that with the Saudis.
We know that with Saudi Arabia.
We've known that with Australia.
Yep.
We've known that
with Scotland.
We've known that with
Brussels. What the fuck it is? Brussels sprouts.
England.
Yeah.
We've known that with apparently now India.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter as long as the fucking price is good. Which me, fuck it, I do it too, fuck, you're gonna pay me, motherfucker, I'll be there.
Well, see, this thing too is a lot of people don't know about WWE is it is a global brand.
Yeah, it's a global brand.
So I'm not gonna sit here and shit on them for going to India.
No, I'm not gonna shit on them. I ain't gonna watch it at fucking 6 in the morning.
But like for instance, they started especially in this in 2024 and 2025, I would assume after TKO took over WWE, they started to go to a lot of places. They went to France.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which never got anything. Pretty much.
Italy.
Italy. They rarely ever get anything. Which listen, that's a good thing for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It gets eyes on it gets eyes on your product globally. So I can understand it.
Listen, the United States gets a lot of wrestling.
Yeah. Independent,
Independent.
Hell,
big
some
shows.
of these countries don't even get to see independent wrestling, for God's sake.
Or they don't even have an independent wrestling scene.
Yeah.
So I don't really have an issue with it, but I'm not going to watch it.
Well, you gonna say why I ain't gonna watch it? I am not getting up at 4 in the fucking morning in my goddamn tidy whities and fucking watching fucking India. I'd rather sleep. We're in different time zones.
You gonna flip your eggs and scratch your ass while you do it?
Yeah, I'm gonna do like the goddamn tobacco is wacko if you're a teen. Remember that?
That was a gross ass commercial.
You know, I'm not doing that and having a pack of ciggies in your mouth like Pops did back in the day.
That's right.
You know, Eagle 20s on the way.
Don't give a shit. I'll go back to smoking. I'm not gonna
Ah,
don't
here we
fucking
go.
bother me.
No, please don't.
But here we go. Here's
You can bother me
something.
a bit.
Here's something.
Why don't I
Mick-
crack this open?
Yeah, go ahead.
There we go. Go ahead.
Shotgun it.
Hang on.
But
A shotgun that couple there, are you?
Mick Foley was hospitalized following a car accident. Did you hear about that?
He was, yeah. The weird thing is, did you see the photo that he
Yeah.
took?
He's like, yeah.
Like literally, the fucking bashed up cars
Yeah,
behind
it
him,
almost
and
looks
he
like
has a
it's
thumbs up.
Titantron.
Fuck.
Remember that?
Yeah,
The fuck was he drunk?
I don't know, but I will say this: we hope Mick's doing a lot better.
Yeah,
Yeah, sure
I
thing.
hope Mick Foley's doing okay and
Um,
hope he's well.
Yeah, because you know, not only that, but I mean, you know, recently he was on Dark Side of the Ring.
Yeah.
The episode with the Hell in a Cell.
Which was a really good episode.
So
You gotta like old Mick.
yeah, so
Mick Foley's probably one of the nicest guys. A lot of people say he's too nice to be in the wrestling business.
I've heard that. I've definitely heard that.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
but
you guys, you guys back in the day had a picture made with old Mick.
Yeah.
yeah,
Way back in the day, they were little kids then. I know it's hard for you to believe, but they were kids one time or another.
yeah. Tommy was 7 and I was 6 when we met Cactus Jack.
Yep.
We met him as Cactus Jack, not anything else. 'Cause
I
that's
do
what,
love Mick Foley
mm-mm.
or fucking Mankind
Now this was maybe
in his WCW run.
this was during his WCW run in like
93, 94. It was one of the two.
actually I think it might have been 95-ish. I think it was like as he was going to ECW
Yeah.
as well. Is when we met him. And he was taking
I think it was at Indiana Seymour High School gym.
yeah, it was during the point where he got released from WCW and he was doing like a lot of stuff like Independence
Yeah.
and ECW. This is right before he got signed with WWF.
Yeah.
So
Um,
speaking of somebody getting signed to the WWE,
Rusev has been re-signed with WWE. Are you surprised?
I'm not surprised.
How about you, Paul? You surprised?
Not surprised.
Moving on.
Which we talked about that on the last fucking episode that we did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, not really surprised about that.
No, not really surprised at all. But Bret Hart did an interview
And this was on
Harry Hawani. You know,
Ariel Hawani.
you know the one that not Laura Kalani.
Not Laura Kalani. We're talking about Ariel Hawani.
You know the one that never answered any. Tony Khan never answered the poor guy's questions.
Yeah.
Because he.
I can't answer that right now.
But you can answer Sideshow Bob though. Ain't that right, you fucking flower top motherfucker? Fuck you, Tony Khan. I don't give a fuck how nice you are.
Okay.
Nice people get used. And guess what? You've been used a lot of times. Like runny toilet paper. This is what Bret Hart said.
Yeah.
AEW, I find that they're mostly actors trying to portray to be wrestlers.
Oh boy.
They have to get on with the real wrestling, just quit acting so much. I miss the ruggedness of the characters. I still think the 90s was the best era of wrestling. I find that today's wrestling is more about promos and your character on TV and not work rate. I agree with Bret Hart somewhat to a degree.
I mean, he is jaded because he did wrestle in the 90s.
But I agree with him 50-50.
Definitely he was there and done. I mean, I have to agree with him to most of the extent.
Yeah.
A lot of people do value promos. Now, I mean, then again, I mean, I think everybody's valued promos.
Yes, I agree.
Even before he was there.
I agree.
And even after he was there. So, I mean, Pops, like you grew up in the 60s and the 70s watching wrestling.
Yeah.
Did they? Did they? Did
Yeah.
Did they cut promos for you to come and watch the wrestling?
Yeah, because this right here was what when I watched wrestling. This right here is way before pay-per-view. So the wrestlers come in here and do promos. Talk about who they're facing, talk about what they're going to do. But the only way back then you could see it is to go see it. That's the way it was back then.
Yeah, you know we're
What
gonna
would
be.
happen is the next time it was on, they'd show little videotapes of what took place, but you couldn't see the whole shit because they wouldn't let you do that.
You gotta come down to the matches. You gotta come down to see that shit.
Yeah, yeah,
So I don't really.
and you hear them guys say, you want to sit, be there.
And then again, I don't even agree with the work rate stuff either.
No, I don't agree with that either.
There's some people, yes, they are great wrestlers, and you can't deny that.
Yeah.
But there's also people that aren't great wrestlers that are just great as a character, as a personality.
I agree.
Yeah.
And it can be over as well.
So I kind of agree with some of what Bret Hart's saying.
Like for instance, I know a lot of people bring up WrestleMania 3. Yes. Savage and Steamboat put on a fucking fantastic match for the Intercontinental Championship. Were they the ones that all the people came to see?
No.
No.
It was Hogan and Andre.
It was Hogan and Andre. And neither one of them were really great wrestlers during their time.
It was the story.
It was a story. It was the match. It was these two larger than life characters.
Can Hogan beat Andre, or something like that? That's what drew WrestleMania 3. Yeah, the best match was Savage and Steamboat.
But I'll say
But
this
they
right
weren't the main
here.
event.
I mean, well, to me, the reason that they blowed up because it was Andre and Hogan. But to me, I think the two people that put on the fucking clinic with Steamboat and fucking Savage, they put on the fucking clinic show.
They did, but did the people go there to actually see that?
No.
I wouldn't say that they had that amount of people to go in and see that. I think it was more Hogan and Andre.
Because
but
I ain't gonna lie, Hogan and Andre did draw the house.
Mm-hmm. But I do think that Savage and Steamboat was the better match for sure. But you gotta look at it that way too.
Yeah, you do.
There's also stud power, not just work rate. Well, hell, Dave Meltzer blows work rate out of the fucking water all the time.
All the damn time.
Like he talks about these motherfuckers having great matches, and I'm just sitting like, this is just a boring, bland ass motherfucker.
Because I'm sorry, every time when I watch the Young Bucks wrestle, it's boring.
It's boring.
It's gymnastic routine. And people think they're the greatest ever. I don't see it. I don't know what Dave's smoking. Hey kids.
Well, he's getting paid. He's getting paid to say that shit.
Just like he's getting paid. So great.
Just like he's getting paid to suck brittle hair's head. That motherfucker. I told Dave Meltzer I'm going to call it out what it is. You're a cocksucker.
Hell, okay? It's pretty sad. It's pretty sad when Brian Alvarez is even calling you out on your shit.
Yeah, the person that he does his podcast with even calls him out on the shit. But people take work rate as even the AEW fans at this point, like some of them are even disenfranchised with that. They're like, oh, another guy that does fucking flips and fancy Dan moves and shit. It's like,
I'm sorry. And people's like, oh man, Ricochet's here. Oh boy. What has he done? I haven't seen anything impressive. besides fucking sounding like fucking Wheezy from fucking Toy Story 2. What the fuck else has he done? Nothing.
Well,
nothing.
So I agree with Bret Hart, but also Bret Hart's just bitter as
That's another thing about Bret. He is bitter. But sometimes he does make you laugh when he's bitter. Remember the death of WCW?
Yeah.
That was the best episode I've ever seen. Bret, yeah, dipshit. Yeah, he's a piece of shit. Just watching Bret acting bitter live on television.
It's pretty funny.
But some of it was pretty funny when he was very, yeah, he's a dumbass. I agree with him on Vince Russo. I'll give him that.
Well, let's just be honest. Bret Hart's WCW run was the shits.
And what Brett's doing either.
So
Some of what Brett's doing. Come on.
And then even Eric Bischoff flat back on. He goes, well, we were production meetings all the time. Brett never spoke up about anything. He never gave no idea.
And then Brett, he's a fucking liar.
Yeah.
And then my friend, come on, I didn't have no problems. I had to say hello, Smokey, my cat. Remember he talking about his cat.
Yeah.
And he's talking about El Dandy. Don't disrespect El Dandy.
That's right. El Dandy for life, man.
That's right. Good old El Dandy. But let's talk about some. You want to talk about a dumbass? Dumbass.
Pops, you like how America is nowadays, don't you?
Yeah.
America. Fuck yeah.
America.
Fuck
I'm
yeah.
American. I'm American.
And Pops, you know we got the evil orange man in the White House, and
Big Mac eater.
the Big Mac eater.
Oh yeah,
Ketchup on steak.
the piece of shit that wants to take everything away from poor people, and give it to his rich friends like fucking Muskie motherfucker.
Mildew.
Mildew, Dick Lick, they both suck cock.
Now, Pops, you remember that he put Linda McMahon
Oh boy.
in the Secretary of Education.
Yeah.
Good lord.
In his cabinet for being the Secretary of Education, right?
Is it? Well, she should go back to fucking kindergarten.
Well, speaking of that,
She needs some grammar school or something.
Yeah. Damn, man. Fuck that.
Maybe she.
Well, you know, all the people that he put in his fucking cabinet is ignorant fucks.
well, there you go.
But
Just like the ignorant fuck that's in the White House right now. You orange piece of fucking shit.
hey, come on now. We already got a hater for this now.
Anyway,
I don't give a fuck. Hate me all you want, bitches.
she was at a summit meeting in San Diego, and Pops, she kept referring to artificial intelligence, which has been abbreviated to
AI.
AI.
Yeah, I know what that is.
Hang on. Do you know tell you what the fuck this dumbass said? A1. She's talking about goddamn steak sauce. This is how
That's the only
stupid
thing she knows.
Linda McMahon is. Instead of AI, she's talking about A1. You want to go on the jet and have some steak with fucking President Pick shit?
Well,
Huh? You know the one that loves ketchup on it?
well,
I'll make sure I get you the Dollar Tree brand, okay?
we all know the
Okay,
orange
Diet Coke
sucker that put her in there, don't we?
All right, Diet Coke sucker.
And it's nice to see that Linda's going to the same that she's going to the same motherfucker that fixes Vince's goddamn fucking face with the goddamn fucking surgery that she's had on her fucking self too.
So this is the person that's going to show your kids how to be a good fucking educator.
So
boy.
So instead of AI,
it's A1 steak sauce.
Instead of AI, it's A1, according to the Secretary of Education for the United States of fucking America.
We'll see.
This should tell you ignorant fucks that all the people he put in there are stupid motherfuckers.
Here's the difference. Yeah, she's talking about A1 steak sauce. Well, I can't afford A1 steak sauce. I got to get best choice steak sauce. So you're living high and mighty on the hog. You know, the president is a hog. You know, he looks like one.
And he has the cheeks to prove it.
He has a pair of titties, like a 65-year-old woman, too. Ain't that right, golfer? You can't even do that right either. You see, isn't me? Linda McMahon should go back to school herself. I know she was in school in 1930. But maybe she should go to the Three Stooges. E-I-Icky-Bi-He-Yo-Ho, Icky-Bi-Yo. Maybe she should go to that shit.
Wait a minute now. He just goes to prove you now that you don't have to that you have to be a smart motherfucker to get in his fucking cabinet. All right.
You know, maybe she should go to the fucking Three Stooges grammar school. Hey, Bicky bye, he ho ho, Bicky bye. Yeah. You know, because that's where she needs to fucking go.
Well, what else are we gonna talk about, Tommy?
Well, you want to talk about another liar?
Well, I think what we got more left is 2 more newses.
Yes.
We're gonna play maybe a game or two, and we're gonna answer your guys' question. Get the fuck out of here.
You wanna talk about another liar?
Oh boy.
Hulk Hogan lying again.
Oh, he's back again.
Colonel Hogan lying again. All right, you can tell you what this idiot, Mr. Pisswasser, had to say.
What do you have to say this time?
They're for the USA. This is what WWE Hall of Famer said. Hulk Hogan now claims he was responsible for entrance music in professional wrestling. How many times does this goof gotta lie? I'm sorry, Hulk Hogan. I don't give a fuck about Hulk Hogan anymore.
Mhm.
I lost respect for him years ago.
Mhm.
Don't forget about us. Remember that? Ringtone? Huh? You remember that? Eating off the hog? Huh? In your tidy whities? I eat like a pig? Because you know, and go figure.
Let's see. Hogan now claims that Pops he brought music for entrances nowadays to wrestling.
You see how stupid and how big of a liar Hulk Hogan is?
Well, he's in good company. I mean, you know who his buddy is.
Yeah.
His buddy in the White
Just a
House.
good
company.
old
His
boy.
buddy in the White House, you know,
Never
birds of a splinter fuck up together. You know.
Well, it's funny that he says that when everybody knows that that's not true.
Yeah.
No, he's not true. No, he's a liar.
You gotta realize this. Back in the fucking 50s on
They
television.
had entrance back in.
Now, granted, not everybody had them,
Not everybody had it.
but we do know that Gorgeous George in
George
the
George
50s,
had music.
which his music was Pomp and Circumstance.
Yep.
Yep.
Macho Man Randy Savage theme
Yes.
song back
Yep.
in the fucking 50s.
Yep.
And then, if you want to go a little higher, the Fabulous Freebirds.
Yep. Exactly.
In World Class Championship Wrestling in the early 80s.
Yeah.
Now, Hogan didn't come to the WWF until, was it 84,
85?
85 roughly? So that's
Or 83?
So
I know, but he wasn't even using music then
No.
either.
Oh, he was. He was
Oh.
using that horrible fucking rock and wrestling thing. Do-do-do. Do-do-do.
So once again, just like the one White House, another fucking lie.
So Hogan, are you guys surprised that Hulk Hogan lies? Anytime Hulk
I'm not.
Hogan speaks, is always a lie.
I'm not. I know. I know.
Just like his beer sucks. And I ain't even drunk it yet.
I know who his friend is. So yeah. You
Well,
know,
also,
both of
Pops,
them motherfuckers are liars.
also there were times where like you would see like Jerry Lawler in the fucking 70s come out the theme songs.
Yeah.
So should you be surprised Hulk Hogan lying? Come on now.
I'm not.
He's been a liar
I'm
for
not.
years.
I know who he hangs
What
with.
have I been saying all these years? He's been a liar.
He's a liar.
Anytime Hulk Hogan speaks, it's always. You can tell you when you know Hogan's lying when his mouth moves.
It's like
He's always lying.
He's always lying with that fucking red and yellow
yeah,
motherfucker. He's always lying.
just like the man in the White House. Every time that
Just
motherfucker's
like-
mouth
It's
moves,
like,
he's lying.
it's like someone else that lies every day.
We know a lot about that.
Oh, I know a lot about liars.
I bet you these motherfuckers lie in their sleep.
So yeah, so I'm not surprised Hulk Hogan lying his ass off. He always lies.
Well, there's one other story that is not on Tommy's list
No,
here that I want to talk about. real
All
quick.
right, what's that?
This is, I'm not sure if you guys know,
Oh, I think I heard OVW being sold.
OVW Wrestling has been sold.
I heard
about that. I heard about that.
If you guys don't know, well, I mean, me and Tommy, and Pops, we live in the Kentucky area.
Yeah.
We've been to OVW lots of times.
Yes.
Lots of different shows. And we're actually friends with some OVW wrestlers and former OVW talent.
Yep.
And we've actually had some OVW, referees, wrestlers on the show.
Yes.
I
like OVW.
We like OVW. They're great people. And
Al's doing a good job, doing
Al-
the best he can.
Al's doing the best he can with what he has. And OVW has been officially sold. And we just want to go through a little bit real quick on who bought it
Yeah,
and why,
Yeah.
if we can.
yeah, yeah.
It says that in OVW, it was bought. Well, it's scheduled to change over to the new owners May 1st of 2025. So in about 3 weeks. It's going to be MSM is a UK based company called Morley Sports Management Limited, and they have bought OVW.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this marks the fourth ownership of OVW since 2018. So over the last 7 years, there's been four different owners
Yeah.
of OVW. And listen, I mean, even me and Tommy love OVW to an extent that we also have another podcast that we
Yeah.
do, which we slacked off on just because we haven't had a lot of time to do it. But
Well, hell, it's hard to do anything with
Um,
bloods.
we actually have the OVW television podcast
Yes.
that we've been doing, and we are pretty much wrapping up 1999 right now.
Yep.
As we go into the year in the new millennium in 2000.
Oh yeah.
But you got OVW has definitely actually, it just said that it's been changed owner since 2018. I think 2018 was the last time we actually went to an OVW show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they
stopped doing house shows.
They stopped doing house shows, which
Mhm.
they would come to our town.
Yeah, they do it. Yeah.
And we'd go. Now I will say this: they have had a few shows here, but they were really not heavily promoted at all.
Yeah.
So we didn't even know if they were having one around us.
Yeah.
Which is also a little weird. But like they had that one at the trampoline park.
Yeah. And we would have known. We would have went if they would have promoted.
Yeah, if they would have promoted a little bit better, we would have went there. But what I'm tripping on here is why did a UK based company buy OVW in Louisville, Kentucky?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Little weird.
Yeah.
That's what I don't understand.
And listen, OVW's been in business since 1993.
Yeah.
Has it fell on hard times? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Has it had more better times? Absolutely.
Yep.
There was a time where it was the developmental spot for WWE.
Yeah.
It was a time where it was a developmental spot for TNA. And even to a point where it worked with Ring of Honor for certain terms. I'm not sure if they're trying to just buy the brand or if they're trying to put OVW out of business, or
I'll tell you right now, if they put OVW out of business, that's sad.
I'm not sure what's going to happen, but yeah. Because right now, the mayor of Louisville, Craig Greenberg and Matt Jones are the minority owners of OVW.
Yeah.
With Al Snow. And Morley Sports Management Limited, which is MSM, the UK-based company, they own and operate Haverford West County, a professional soccer club in Wales, and has experience in managing sports organizations. Well, I hope that they do some better stuff for OVW.
Yeah, because
Yeah, me too. I hope they do. You know, I hope it ain't just to destroy it. I hope it's more to build it.
And this is over the past. This happened just last week that it was bought. Um, Here, let's go ahead and just read what it says from WDRB, which is our local news.
yeah,
In Louisville, Kentucky. The ownership behind the historic Louisville-based OVW Ohio Valley Wrestling Company, which includes Mayor Craig Greenberg, has sold a controlling stake to a sports management company based in the United Kingdom. OVW announced Monday that the Wales-based Morley Sports Management Limited will take control of its operations of March 1st, 2025.
May 1st.
Sorry, yeah, May 1st, 2025. Uh, MSM owns and operates a pro soccer club based in Wales who plays in the National Premier League. Monday's announcement marks the third acquisition of OVW in 4 years and the fourth since 2018. Stupid ad. It's getting hard to continue. OVW, uh, my own minority owner and Kentucky sports radio host Matt Jones said on the phone interview with WDRB, we we had to get by for the last year. Um, OVW is a legacy professional wrestling brand and mainstay in Louisville that dates back to 1993. It airs only locally produced live weekly pro wrestling television show in the country and highly regarded in the sports entertainment industry as the Harvard of professional wrestling. Many of its industry's biggest stars trained in OVW ring before becoming household names like John Cena, Brock Lesnar, and current WWE champion Cody Rhodes.
Which is true.
Yeah, that's
Absolutely.
true.
Reason why it's true, we watched it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Uh, and we went to the shows. Despite a rich history, who sits at at the owner's table for the legacy brand, it's been a constant flummox. OVW former founder Danny Davis sold the company in 2018 in a collection of investors going by the nickname Gladiator Sports Network. Gladiator sold its majority holding in OVW and a team fronted by Jones and official financial backing of Mayor Craig Greenberg and others late of 2020. Control changed hands once again in 2023 when strategy partnership was announced between OVW and Glenveck Ventures, a biomedical company.
Yeah. Damn.
Yes. This partnership makes a pivot moment in OVW's history. In December of 2023, press release said that the announcement, including Ed Payer as the company's chief executive officer, it's a confusing financial stability and a shared vision of Grinvec Ventures that promises to elevate our brand in the world of professional wrestling. Jones said OVW hasn't reached profitability in the last 4 years that his involvement. The company gained new exposure when it was featured on the Netflix series The Wrestlers. The show took viewers behind the scenes of OVW, highlighting the personal and professional lives of its in-ring talent and small team of staffers led by former WWE superstar Al Snow, who is trying to grow financially stressed yet lauded regional wrestling company into a thriving national brand. All right, might as well just finish it off here. The Netflix series jolted OVW ticket sales in the weeks and months that followed, but the interest waned. WDRB asked Jones what about rather a company that hasn't seen profitability in years could easily go away as an item on the balance sheet of a business based in the United Kingdom, as opposed to being held by a group with local ties. Jones touted to the deal, saying that he finalized it in Amsterdam over the weekend. And he said, "This is the real deal. These guys own a successful pro soccer team, and they have experience in sports. I wouldn't have made the deal if I didn't think it was going to work. My partners and I didn't have the time to go give it the attention it needed to be successful. They had a plan that revolves around the academy and getting the product on in European TV markets. There's a hunger for wrestling in Europe." Jones declined to reveal the purchase price of MSM's 51% stake in OVW, and the admitted that the company will still have deeply tied local roots with himself and Louisville Mayor Craig Greenberg. And the health founder Larry Benz and Aggie financial partner Joe Reeves, all a part of the minority ownership team. MSM said that the current ownership group will remain as advisors to MSM and its board for the foreseeable future. Jones said OVW Al Snow will stay on as the head of OVW television show and the Wrestling Academy. The current ownership has worked tirelessly to drive OVW toward into a modern era, and we are dedicated to continuing their good work over the last few years and build on a strong foundation to place along its passionate team. The founder, Rob Edwards of MSM, we want to empower those within the business currently to help us achieve new heights for the industry and take advantage of the opportunity and era we have in creates along making OVW an asset within the community. So, from what I can see here, maybe they're going to still keep it in Kentucky.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a good thing. And
they're trying to get eyes, trying to make it global.
They're trying to make it global, which
Yeah.
Which all right, I can see, but don't try to take it out of its home base. And by the way, another thing will help make some house shows.
Yeah.
You know, I'm sorry, like you can't just stay in one niche. And I love OVW. Don't get me wrong, but they gotta put some house shows.
They do.
Like you can't just do big shows and pay per view.
Well,
You know,
yeah.
I love OVW. I love the talent there, and Al's a great guy. It's just you got to promote more.
And I think it might be cool to have them on European television.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it.
Hopefully, this will give OVW an opportunity to.
At least Matt Jones said I didn't have enough time to look into all of it.
I mean, at least the owners that have taken over the last couple of years, at least they're honest about it, that they haven't had any time to actually put any kind of investation in any kind of stake in the company.
At least they were honest about it.
At least they were honest.
At least they said, "Hey, we're over our heads on this."
So, and the guy even said, he goes, "We haven't seen any kind of profitability in the last 4 years of owning OVW, which means they just thrown money in and just had it keep going and not get any money back out of it."
Yeah.
Hopefully, MSM will do better.
Yeah.
I hope it makes a big turnaround.
Because to be honest, it would be sad if OVW does close.
The best for them. and I hope that it gets back to the standard that it was.
Absolutely. With that being said, I guess we'll do the quizzes or the little games.
It's whatever you want to do. What do you want to do?
We'll do the games.
Which game you want to do?
The ones I sent you the two there.
Okay. Which one you want to do first?
We'll do that one.
This one?
Yeah, because it's a little silly.
All right. You got a race one legend
From each row.
from each row.
All right, Pops, you got to erase their entire career. Okay?
Okay.
Now you want to. Let's start from the bottom and work our way up.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Here's the choices.
Okay, you got to pick one out of the three that we tell you, okay?
All right.
All right, here we go.
Mm-hmm.
The Gobbledygooker,
Oh my God.
the Great Khali, or Big Cookie AJ.
Boom!
Can I go ahead and say it?
Yes.
AJ.
Hey.
At least Pinleg will give me some entertainment. And the Gobbledygooker was one and done.
Well, the gobbledygookers came out a few times.
Well, I'm just saying I can endure
That's
that.
a gag. It's
Yeah.
a gag.
But I have to go Big Cookie AJ here. Big Boom AJ.
I'm definitely going to erase Big Boom AJ.
How about you, Pop?
I'll give him a boom for saying goodbye to his ass. Boom, boom, boom.
Are you going to give him 5 big booms and he's going, Pops?
Yeah. Fuck him. He's only worth 3.
So there we go. We chose that one already.
Pops give him 5 big parts.
Yeah, he'll get 5 big farts.
In his fucking face.
But yeah, there we go. We already chose that one.
Let us know in the comments below who you get rid of. The gobbledygooker?
The Great Khali or Big Boom AJ. Now we're just going in the middle row. Michael Cole,
Okay.
Jim Paul, Logan Paul. Oof. Can I go ahead and go?
Yeah.
Michael Cole.
Really?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? At least Jinder Mahal's WWE title made me laugh, especially with the Bollywood boys with him. You know, I enjoyed it. It made
The
me
modern
laugh.
day
I
Maharaja.
enjoyed it, actually. It made me laugh.
Or as Kurt Angle called him,
The Maharaji, Ginger Mahal.
Ginger Mahal.
I have to go. I'm gonna have to go with Michael Cole because Jinder Mahal was actually pretty entertaining. Logan Paul, he's a good athlete. So and he's pretty good heel. I'll give him that because he is a douchebag.
You know what? Logan Paul gone.
You're Logan Paul for you. Me,
Paul
Michael
gone.
Cole. So,
Pop-
all right, Pop, which one?
Pop for you. We got Logan Paul, Jinder Mahal, Michael Cole.
Logan Paul.
Is there a reason?
And there's a reason for it. Fucking YouTuber. Shouldn't be in the wrestling just like fucking movie stars and anything else. Fuck it.
All right, now we're at the top row. Vince Russo, Eugene, or Nicholas? I could go ahead and go right now.
Okay.
Nicholas.
Pops, do you remember who Nicholas was?
No, not really.
Okay. Remember the kid that won the World Tag Team titles with Braun Strowman on that WrestleMania?
Remember Braun Strowman picked the kid out of the crowd to win the tag team titles with?
Oh fuck yeah, him. He's gone. Fuck it. He's gone. He's gone already.
Nicholas gone.
Because I could ignore Vince Russo with the greatest of ease. Eugene, at least he had a pretty good top run for a couple months.
And plus, we actually like Nick.
Yeah, so I'm gonna have to go with Nicholas. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Nicholas, see you later.
Now
there he is. Here he comes. Boom, he's out of there.
You ready for this one?
All right, Pops. This was brought up by the '90s WWE.
Okay.
Yeah, which one should have had a run with it? Which is
by the way, I should mention this actually came from T&Q Partner. Big shout out to T&Q Partner.
Which one should have been WWF champion, basically?
Yes.
Out of these 4.
You have to pick one out of the 4 to win the WWF championship.
We got Jake the Snake Roberts, the $1 Million Man Ted DiBiase, Mr. Perfect, or Ravishing Rick Rude? Can I go ahead and go?
And you got to pick one out of the four.
I can go ahead and go.
Go ahead.
Mr. Perfect.
Really?
Yep.
Why is that though?
Because he's a perfect friend right there until the end.
He's a perfect friend right until.
He had the ability. Like, yeah.
Oh, I think all these guys had the ability.
Yeah, it's just Mr. Perfect. Like his Intercontinental Champion, he didn't hold it long, but he made it memorable. And like I like Ted DiBiase. I like.
You know what the weird part is?
What's that? I have to go with Mr. Perfect.
Like all these guys held at least one title except for Jake.
Yeah.
Like at least Ted was a tag team champion at one point with IRS.
But yeah, I choose Mr. Perfect.
All right, Pops. Who should have had a WWF title run? Mr. Perfect, Jake the Snake Roberts, Ted DiBiase, Rick Rude.
I'm like Tommy. I got to go with Perfect.
I was gonna go with DiBiase.
You're going Ted DiBiase. You're going Ted DiBiase.
Yeah, I was gonna go with DiBiase.
Ted DiBiase.
You know, especially if you guys watched any of his stuff when he was the North American champion in Mid-South. Now of course, this was before the $1 Million Man gimmick.
Yeah, I enjoyed Mr. Perfect as AWA champion. That was a saving grace.
And like all these guys did hold like, you know, high status championships. Like,
except for Jake.
Well, you know.
Not like he held the Smoky Mountain Wrestling Championship, but that was a cup of coffee.
That's a cup of coffee. Well,
Jake, I'm going to say that.
Jake screwed Jake.
Yeah, Jake would always
Jake was the type of person that didn't need a title. His own fucking persona is what made him who he was.
And then you know, Rick Rude was the Intercontinental Champion.
He won the WCW Championship.
He won the WCW International.
I had nothing against Rick Rude. I like Rick Rude.
Then you had Ted DiBiase. He was the
nothing against DiBiase, but
he was also the North American champion in Mid-South. And then you got,
but I still got to go with Mr. Perfect.
Then you got Mr. Perfect, who was the AWA World Heavyweight Champion, with going against Nick Bockwinkel,
and the Intercontinental Champion,
and he won the WWF Intercontinental Championship.
But here's the thing: when Mr. Perfect, Kurt Hennig was the AWA champion, he was the saving grace of that fucking company.
Yeah.
Around that time.
Well, there was Nick.
Anyone else?
No.
There you go. There you go. It damn sure wasn't Greg Gagne or fucking
Rock and Roll Buck Zoom Hoffy.
Yeah, Buck Zoom Hoffy, and damn sure wasn't fucking Baron von Raschke. You know, nothing against Baron, but come on, like they were sort of the only time that AWA was good.
But I will say this right here. For Nick Bockwinkel,
I'm sorry, I love me some Nick Bockwinkel.
I do too.
I loved him because he was so damn suave about it and shit like that right there, you know, and he didn't care to tell you I'm an intelligent man. You better listen to what I say.
Well, so you choose Ted DiBiase.
Ted DiBiase. The reason why is because I thought the gimmick was great. And
here's the thing, he was supposed to have been WWF champion.
Yeah. But obviously, and I think Hogan has something to do with all these anyway. But then,
well, he ruined Mr. Perfect's when he in that Royal Rumble.
Yeah, he ruined
Hogan
Mr.
goes,
Perfect.
no, I need the Royal Rumble. Bro. What you do?
After that right there, if you ever notice, after that right there, his career went down the shitter.
And to be honest, Honky Tonk kind of fucked Ted DiBiase. Remember? Savage was supposed to beat Honky for the Intercontinental title.
Oh yeah.
And Honky goes, I ain't doing that JOB.
Yeah, he didn't do the
so
JOB.
They had to fucking switch Savage to be the fucking world champion, and fucked up Ted DiBiase's plans.
Yeah, that's true.
Hey, you know, it's like everything else, you know.
I know, but he came in there and hit fucking there. Hogan.
Titles and money comes involved. You see, everybody's going to get fucked, except the one's going to get it.
Rick Rude, he had a title shot, but come on, he's wrestling Warrior all the time. What do you think he could do?
There you go.
God damn. That's like wrestling a fucking brick every fucking week.
Pretty much, pretty much.
Then Jake, he was too busy snorting.
Very unreliable.
Yeah,
I-
and being in the hotel room.
To be totally honest, I don't think Jake really gave a fuck anyway. He was just there to get his snort. Okay, that's about it. Jake didn't give a fuck.
Like Bill Watts said, Jake, he's a drunkard, walk around druggy.
But I love how Jake dog Bill too. Remember that? I ain't gonna tell you about that, Big Bill. Why don't you rub that ball head?
What's wrong with that ball head?
Why don't you stay home, Big Bill, and be a good boy? Rub that ball head. Remember that?
All right, pals. I guess we'll answer a few questions.
Yeah,
and
we'll
get
answer
the
a
fuck
few
out of
questions
here.
and we'll
All
be
right,
gone.
then I'm ready.
The first questions are asked by Jason Peck. Thoughts on Larry Zbyszko, the living legend?
I like
Larry
Zbyszko
Zbyszko.
out there in WCW. Remember Nitro? His feud with Sky Hall.
Yeah.
They call him Last Call.
I enjoyed Larry in fucking WCW when he was the announcer
Mm,
and he was fucking with Sky Hall.
don't touch me.
Hey man, don't touch
I said, don't touch me.
me. Hall, you keep fucking. You're scared of me. I loved when they were trying to get Larry Zbyszko involved.
Larry was good.
I'll be honest, Larry Zbyszko is an underrated worker too. Come on, he that match, that feud he had with Bruno.
That's the only thing everybody remembers is him and Bruno.
Well, he was the last AWA champion in the dying days, which ain't Larry's fault.
That wasn't Larry's fault. That was his father-in-law Vern's fault.
You know. And
But
then people's like, "Oh, Larry left when they." Do you blame Larry for fucking leaving? I don't.
I'm not gonna get paid.
Fucking people's like, "Oh man, why Larry fucking screwed AWA? AWA screwed itself."
You should have sold that property to the Lake of Minnetonka.
Yeah, especially the dying days. I saw 90. Believe me. Team Challenge Series.
I fucking getting paid. I wouldn't show up either.
Team Challenge Series. What the fuck is that? What the fuck is this shit?
What if Kevin Nash came to Nitro first instead of Scott Hall?
It would have been less memorable. You want me to tell you why? Scott Hall was the best promo.
Yeah.
You know why I'm here. Where is the Nacho Man? I thought Scott Hall coming out through the crowd in his promo, Nash, he should have waited. So I think it was the right thing.
Well, plus, he already fucked up his first thing when he came
yeah,
there.
remember adjective play.
The adjective, play.
We ain't here to
Play's
play.
not a fucking adjective. Play's a verb.
But I still like Scott.
But
I
nonetheless.
still like Kev.
Yeah.
Kev didn't go to English. But
He failed in English.
he goes, what did he say?
Pops, what do you think about
I
do you think it would have been better for Kevin Nash to come in first than Scott Hall?
Scott Hall was the best one.
I really didn't care.
Well, I will say this, the early days of the NWO was fine,
Then
but
it was just Hall, Nash, and Hogan.
and maybe even Savage too.
Maybe Savage to a degree, but once they had fucking Virgil in there, fucking why the fuck is Buff in here?
To me,
Glad Scotty Riggs in there with the
Hall, Nash, Hogan.
It started.
It looked more like a fucking jerky jerk.
Like here's the thing, it started to get fucking ridiculous the way they added some of these people. Fucking Big Bubba Rogers,
It looked like a
fucking
fucking
DK Wall
jerk.
Street.
That's what it looked like to me.
Fucking they started to add people that didn't even deserve to be in the fucking NWO.
Jason Peck's next question is, I'm going to name wrestlers who retired early from injury. If they didn't get injured, if they didn't get hurt, would they have went further?
Okay.
First one is Tyson Kidd.
Okay.
Now, we know he had some neck problems.
Mm-hmm. And he got injured by Samoa Joe.
And pretty much he's at a point where, kind of like Edge in to a degree.
But at least Tyson Kidd was smart and not get back in the damn ring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Had a good song, by the way. Good theme song.
Like the theme song.
I don't see why he was watching Raw and not on Total Divas. That's his choice.
Come on, Dave. Let's go to the bedroom. But do I think he could have been further?
No.
No.
He was where he was, tag team, single.
Tag team single. I don't even think he could have been up to like Intercontinental
No.
Championship status.
No.
I think he might be U.S. champion bound, possibly, or even cruiserweight or something.
Yeah, that's about it.
I wouldn't even see now. Once again, maybe he could have proved something better, but
I'm gonna be honest, he was a decent worker.
he was good.
Yeah.
I mean, he wasn't great, but he was a good wrestler. Pops Tyson Kidd, do you think he would have been further if he didn't get hurt?
I'm going to say this. I don't think they'd put a belt on him.
There you go. Yeah, I agree with you on that. Now he has two names here, but it's Ricky and Richie Steamboat.
Okay. I'm gonna say this. Ricky Steamboat, yeah, he got hurt because I think he had a match with Austin and he hurt his back.
Okay,
He was
okay.
40-something years old though. He's kind of pushing the two.
Mm-hmm.
I think
at least he had a lengthy
career.
So
I think Ricky was okay. It's all right. He got
same. Yeah.
But Richie Steamboat, acorn didn't fall from the tree. Let me tell you, because he doesn't have the talent like his dad had.
No.
Didn't have any of that.
No, he lacked in that.
So I don't think he would have went nowhere.
Nothing against him. It's
just you could tell he didn't have the same talent his dad did.
Well, but
almost like a David Flair.
Yeah, there is points, that some guys, and we all know that some sons, has outpassed their father, and some in wrestling, we all know that some of them have, but some of them, some of their kids can, they just can't do it. I don't think it's nobody's fault. They just couldn't make it. That's not the only way you can say it. They just couldn't make it. They just couldn't handle it.
Yeah. No, I get it.
It's no fault to me. It's no fault on the father or the son. It's just the way it is.
Next we have is Droz, which his came to an end
by an accident by a miscue on the power bomb.
From D'Lo Brown, and even D'Lo Brown lives with that guilt.
And I love how Jim Cornette even made a comment. Goes, yeah, people say this is fake and everything else. One slip up and you're paralyzed. Look at Droz.
Mm-hmm.
People don't tell me that wrestling's fake.
Do I think he could have been further? I'm gonna be honest.
You know what Droz even a minute he goes, I was a jobber. I didn't get many wins.
Yeah, see, that's what I was saying.
But here's the thing I respect about Droz. It didn't bother him.
I liked him as a mid-carder.
It didn't bother him.
Mm-hmm.
He was just happy.
And he even wrestled for ECW a little bit.
Yeah,
too.
I like Droz. He was happy where he was.
I always liked Droz, but do I see him being like a big superstar?
No. But I enjoyed his work.
Mm-hmm.
He was a good worker. Hell, even he admitted I was a jobber. I didn't get a lot of wins, but he was happy about it. It didn't bother him.
Pops, what do you think about Droz?
Droz, I mean, sorry for what happened to him. I mean, that right there was devastating as shit. But it was an accident. And D'Lo shouldn't feel sorry for it, but because he didn't mean to do it. It was just the way things happen that right there way. It's just the way it is. But as far as him, Mike, I think that he was fucking. I'm like Tommy. I think he was fucking happy where he was.
Like you could even see how much Well, D'Lo does live with that guilt, and he even
Yeah.
says like Draws even told him, he goes, "Don't be, don't hold it." It was
It was an
even Draws
Yeah.
don't hold
But you
D'Lo.
see,
accident.
it happens,
Yeah, it was an accident.
because it's like it's like they say, these guys, come out here to said we don't intentionally hurt each
It
other.
ain't ballet.
We never we try to protect each other when we're in that ring. Said sometimes things just go the wrong way.
And like you said about Draws just being happy to where he was. I mean, hell, you can even see that in the documentary
Yeah.
of
I think because
In Dark Side of the Ring, how happy he was. He was happy for everything he got.
I
and like
think yeah, I think he was happy where he was. He was making fucking money, and that right there is what you want to do in a business, any kind of business that you're in, making fucking money, not making waves. Do your fucking job and let it go. And that right there is what Draw did. He went out there. He went out there every night and did his fucking job.
and even in that documentary about I forgot the name of it. Beyond the Ring,
Beyond the Mat.
Beyond the Mat. There we go.
Yeah.
Even Beyond the Mat, he was happy to call his mom and say,
They're gonna call me Puke.
they're gonna call me Puke in the WWF.
I hope you're proud of me, Mom.
He was.
Draws didn't give
I
a shit.
mean, I mean, look at this right here. He probably looked at this right here. How many people has actually had the opportunity that I have? How many people? Not that fucking many.
There you go. Next one we have is Rick Rude.
Rick Rude
Rick
was
Rude.
another bad accident. That match he Sting in Japan where he injured his back. I'll be honest, he was actually going to, it was supposed to be Rick Rude versus Vader
Mhm.
at that Slamboree, not Sting versus Vader.
Yep.
But they had to switch it. So I think if Rick Rude's back if he didn't get injured, I think he would have went a little bit further.
How much further?
Don't know.
I honestly think
He's getting a little older.
Yes, I honestly think it was around the time of him slowing roughly down.
Yeah.
I don't think he would have had like too much of like more big runs in
Yeah.
or anything, but I definitely think he could have kept going for the next few years.
Yeah.
For sure. Pops.
Love Rick Rude, but once again he's another guy. With his age and everything. I think he would have not had a run, but did some things. But I don't think he was another one that nobody would want to hang a title on.
And
Just because his age and everything.
the last one for that question is Jason Jordan.
I'm gonna tell you right now, if he would have put Chad Gable, it'd been all right. I think Jason Jordan sucked.
Was never a fan. I'm gonna be honest.
I was more of a fan of Chad Gable than Jason Jordan.
I did like them as a tag team.
Yeah, they were a good tag team.
Of Jordan and Gable.
Yeah, American Alpha. I enjoyed the team. It's just I liked Chad Gable more.
Same. And plus making him Kurt Angle's son
It was even stupid.
It's just like, are you fucking
I was
serious?
like, what is Rocka Connor's mom? Is that what we're going to here? Or, I didn't know. Like, come on.
Yeah.
You didn't know, like, was it Jason Jordan? Rocka Khan?
Rocka Khan?
That's what I was saying. I was going through my saying, does that mean Rocka Khan's his kid? Or consummate the marriage with Rocka?
So personally, I don't see him
No
being too much further.
Me neither. He was. I was surprised he got all those fucking opportunities. Maybe he won the titles with Rollins.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
I mean, I was kind of surprised that he did get a career-ending injury.
Yeah, I was surprised about that. Now he's an agent.
Yeah, now he's an agent for WWE, but it's just
I didn't see him going any further than what he was.
Yeah. He was just kind of a bland wrestler, if you ask me.
To me, I agree. He was just bland.
Pops Jason Jordan.
Tag team.
Yeah.
So,
with Gable.
Just tag team and that's it.
I honestly think that's almost where everybody would probably remember him for.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna
Yeah.
be completely honest. And he says that he has one other question, Jason Peck. Do you think Downtown Bruno should be in the Hall of Fame? Old Harvey Whippleman.
I'm gonna be honest, I like Downtown Bruno, but if I had to choose one that should be in Hall of Fame a little bit more right now, it'd be Slick. But
Give me the Slickster.
yeah, I'm sorry, I like Slick. No, against Downtown Bruno, Harvey Whippleman, but did you see all the people he had to manage, for God's sake? Come on, well done. You know, fucking Big Bully Busick, fucking, you know Tony Khan's daddy. You know, fucking,
Say what you mean what you say, Jay.
fucking. Who else did he fucking man? Kamala was okay. Who else? Fucking Sid Justice was okay. Like they didn't give him too many good fucking talent to manage. John Gonzalez,
Yeah.
enough said. You know, they didn't give him too many fucking good people to manage.
I think besides like Sid.
Besides Sid and fucking who's the other fucking one? Kamala.
Yeah.
Like who the fuck else did he had to manage that was any fucking good?
There you go.
Quayne? Adam Bomb? I liked Adam Bomb,
Yeah.
but I'm just saying, like, they didn't give him too many to fucking manage. That was worth a shit.
Pops, do you see Harvey Whippleman going in the Hall of Fame?
I'm going to be honest. You know, it would surprise me if he gets in or Slick.
They can call on old Louisville Slickster.
But there's one thing about fucking Harvey Whippleman. In the USWA, he fucking helped the Rock out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for old Harvey.
Well, he got a truck. Don't worry about it. He's good.
Let me just say this. Harvey Whippleman or Slick is in, it will surprise me. That's the only person that's probably going to surprise is me if they do get in.
Guy. Bobby, you look incredible. Can't say the same for the fat guy.
The fat guy next to you. Next question is from Evans Wrestling 24.
Evans Wrestling.
How you doing, Evan? Do you guys think WWE will buy TNA soon? Possibly.
They're working together, so
yeah, you know they already have somewhat of a working relationship together. So, I honestly do think they might end up that they might end up buying WWE at some point. Pops, do you think that WWE will be buying TNA at some point?
I'd say at some point. You got to raid that shit.
Raid it.
Although there I really don't see too much to raid.
We got a question from Jason Peck, but it's kind of like roughly, kind of the same same question in a way, but he says I watched the video of Maven with Just Incredible. I don't know if you all seen it, and I would like to see what y'all think. Great work. And he says, can you give your honest opinion on the backlash that Just Incredible's getting?
Yeah.
Oof.
You want us to go ahead? Because I watched the video.
Actually, me and Tommy did watch the video.
And I'm gonna tell you right now, Just Incredible looks in horrible shape.
Yeah.
You know, I did see his leg, okay, but here's the thing: he's scamming.
He's scamming a lot of people.
Yeah, and even he lied to Maven right to his face.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm gonna make it right with everybody.
He didn't, and people came back and told him he's not making it up to anybody.
No,
it's sad.
It's very sad.
Like Just Incredible was a good worker.
Yeah, he was.
And
I was the biggest Just Incredible fan
in
ECW. I thought he was a fantastic wrestler.
Are we talking about him not making shows and shit like that?
Mm-hmm.
Yep, scamming.
Yeah, I heard about that right there. Yeah, he scammed a lot of
Not
motherfuckers.
sending people stuff that they bought from him.
Like he brought
Yeah.
out a book. Like,
Yeah,
he made a book, and like people bought the book, and he never shipped the book to
yeah.
them.
He never showed you sign it.
Well, see, that's the one thing you can talk. You can come here at Wrestle Rampage to get our merch, which are the stickers and the pins. You'll get them.
Yeah. When we send shit, it comes.
It comes.
It's on the way.
But when of course, back at ECW days,
Like,
I like Just Incredible back in that right there day.
Yeah.
I mean, he was a decent wrestler. He's a good wrestler.
I enjoyed his work.
But now, I mean, hell, he's just shitting on everybody now.
Why? Like, when someone buys merch from you, even wrestlers,
One of the worst things you can do is stiff them.
one of the
Yeah.
worst, even promoters, one of the worst things, you always got to be the man of your word. I'll be there. I'll show up. I'll be there. I'll be at the signing, or I'll be at this fucking.
Sign
and I'm booked.
autographs. Hell, at least be there to sign for your own fucking book, you fucker.
You always. That's another wrestler's trait. Be at your bookings. You gotta be reliable.
Yeah.
Anytime you're booked, you gotta be there.
Now, granted, if you don't think you could be there, or if you need to cancel,
Give me a call.
that happens. That will happen to anybody.
Yeah. I'm not saying that
Well,
don't
at least
happen,
send the person your money back.
at least I want the motherfucker call.
And one
Hey,
at
I
least
can't
send
be
the
there.
money back.
Yeah.
Give me enough time and call where I can put somebody else in.
And if you got paid, send the money back.
Yeah.
I
mean, I don't see it.
That could, that's on anybody and everybody.
Like,
That's just,
Yeah.
that's just good business in general.
When wrestlers send the merchandise, they send it. Like fuck, you got to send the shit that someone bought from you.
Yeah.
Like that's a scumbag, dirty move. And then now you're becoming untrustworthy.
And that's when you don't get booked. That's when
Yep.
you get bad publicity, like he has been getting.
And he makes excuse after excuse after excuse.
Mm-hmm. And when that
happens, no one's going to book you.
Exactly.
And no one's going to buy stuff from you. No one's going to help you.
Because they know you're not going to show up. So fuck you. That is the way that people will feel. Fuck him.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't booking his fucking ass.
And that's why a lot of promoters haven't really want to deal with him. A lot of people don't want to support him in any kind of way by having him come to fan fests or
meet and greets.
Or
he's either drunk or
mm-hmm.
or fucking intoxicated.
And this was a guy that I was a big fan of during the ECW era.
Yeah, I was always a Just Incredible fan.
And in ECW, that motherfucker had a following too. ECW, he had a great fucking following.
Snap your neck.
Great fucking song, by the way.
Snap your fingers, snap your neck. But
yeah, like.
And then also him and Lance Storm teaming up. They were a great tag team.
Yeah. Fucking the Impact players.
The Impact players.
Yeah. I enjoyed that team.
So I mean,
and then when Lance left, it was Lance fucking Justin became the ECW World Champion.
I mean, granted, there wasn't too much people left on the roster to really carry it, but I mean, at least he was able to do so.
Yeah.
But
it's sad.
It's sad. It's sad to see.
Yeah, it is.
And believe me, I know he's also going through some shit.
Health problems.
Health problems and stuff.
Well, drinking booze don't help.
No, being drunk and being on drugs ain't helping.
Yeah, that ain't helping the problem.
So we hope that Just Incredible gets
the help he needs.
Yeah, get some help that he needs, because it's coming from fans of him in ECW.
Yeah,
that time.
Yeah,
I even liked him in WWE at certain points.
With X Factor.
With X Factor.
Badass Uncle Cracker song.
Yeah, I remember that. But guys, I believe that's all we're gonna answer.
Is that it?
Yeah, that's it.
All right.
Actually, I think we have another list of questions, but I might hold off to the next podcast.
Yeah.
Just because we're running a little. Enjoyed it. If you guys did, give it a thumbs up.
Give it a thumbs up. Pop, show that thumb. There you go.
There you go.
There's two of the motherfuckers here.
You hitchhike.
I want you hitchhike it, Pop. Hitchhike on down the road somewhere.
But hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys did, hit that like button.
Yeah, there. I don't think they heard you with that yawn you throwed in there.
Guys, it is like
It is like fucking almost 1 a.m.
it is
It's
1
almost
a.m.
1 o'clock here and fucked up Kentucky.
We film it at weird times, guys, but
We
nonetheless.
film when we can.
Yeah.
So we're gonna get off here. We're gonna get some rest or something. I don't know. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys did,
Rest, eat, whatever the fuck we're gonna do.
Subscribe to the channel here on Wrestling Rampage.
definitely hit that subscribe button,
Yes.
guys. We definitely need your
And all the social
Your
medias
support.
down there below. We ain't got to fucking tell you ass. It's right down there. You can read.
it's right down there. You can read.
Go down there, get to it, look at it, take a gander at it, read it, whatever.
But hope that you guys enjoyed it. Do all those things. Hit that damn subscribe button, guys. We know there's a lot of people watching that
Yeah.
ain't.
You gotta hit that subscribe button. What the fuck you doing?
You gotta hit that subscribe button.
Huh?
guys.
Yeah,
And once again,
we ain't fucking.
You know, look, you know, get your hands off your dick, touch the button.
whoa, whoa.
Yeah,
Oh!
I'll tell him. I don't give a
Hold
fuck.
on, hold on. Bend down, show that ball spot. Maybe that'll help.
Let's
Get
try
that.
There you go.
And that right there too.
that right there too. But guys, I want to apologize for our lack of
We
videos.
apologize. It's just we had a rough couple of weeks with the weather and everything hitting us. We're sorry.
Yeah, we're sorry,
Look,
but
look,
We're back.
we're back.
To put it like to put it plainly, it was either the deep freeze or the rain. Okay.
That's right. We were frozen into a block of ice, and then the rain came down and washed all of it away.
Yeah, that's right.
So, yeah, it hasn't been good in the old KY. So, guys, thank you guys, and we'll see you guys on the next episode of the WR Podcast.
See you guys.